Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up?
Yep.
What's up, everybody? Yo, this is the 84th episode of the In Your Face show.
So,
And I'm here, I'm here with my main man, Mr. Brother Man, Mr. Old School himself, the actor of all actors. You know what I'm saying, Mr. Roy Lee Jarmon.
Yes,
How are you doing, my brother?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm doing just fine. Like they say, I'm blessed, man. I'm really blessed. I want to
Well,
thank you
yeah,
guys for having me today. Appreciate it.
thank you for joining us.
All right, my pleasure. My pleasure.
awesome, awesome. So, sir, man, so what was it like? We're gonna get right on into it. You know how we
All
do. We're
right,
gonna get right on into it. Get your going in
you know, might as well.
it.
Like my father said, don't be beating around the bush.
I feel you, man. I
No.
feel you. So, man, what is it like being a poet, man? What is it like, going around the world and just showing that gift that God has blessed you with?
I'd like to add also, he's an award-winning poet. So,
Award-winning poet. Yes, my fault.
don't
Sorry
forget.
about that.
Well, it varies. It has a lot of emotions in it. Uh, to me, I can only speak for myself. Uh, I feel that you have to be able to feel the situation. You have to observe it. It becomes a part of you, and sometimes it becomes like a weight, a burden, because you want to write about what's there, what's happening. And the thing about it is that you're writing, and when you put yourself into it, you put your feelings and your emotions. And the reason you're doing that is because you're hoping that there will be a change or an inspiration or something in it that will cause some type of effect in the universe or in someone's heart and in some sense. And sometimes it seems like the change is not there, or you're trying to make people aware of a change, or something that needs to change, or something that needs to be done. And sometimes when you write about it, you trying to put the situation out there. You're hoping that people will grab it. And sometimes you just want to try to bring things together. Some things you might want to get rid of, or you want to try to make people aware of. And you just want them to kind of maybe regurgitate something that will help the universe in itself, And but sometimes it looks like if it's something that's real close to your heart or something, and it's not happening, it sometimes it becomes a burden. And if you're not careful, it can send you a little. Uh, it can make you can make you very depressed in a way. Even though you feel that desire to do what you have to do, and it just seems like it's a part of you. Like you say, I was born to do this. Sometimes you don't know what it is, but once you find that purpose and what was put in you to do, you just have to do it. Don't care what the situation is. So I know that's kind of a long way around of explaining poetry. That's
Take your
just
time, brother. Take
that's
your
just the
time.
way I feel about it. You know.
Yeah, take your time. I mean, it's all
Yeah.
about, expressing how you feel, and and I,
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, sometimes you have to take the long road around. Sometimes you can't take no shortcuts. Sometimes you gotta
Yeah. That's
speak
right.
all it
That's right.
out.
A lot of
Yes, sir.
times
Well,
Yes, sir.
a lot
I
of
like
times
to,
shortcuts messes you up. Some.
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah. So.
I'd like to know a little bit more about your upbringing and what actually inspired your writing.
I can remember when I was 4. I think it was either 4. I'm sure it wasn't 5. But the best Christmas gift I got was something called my ABC book. And A is for apple, B is for banana, C is for
Yeah.
cat. And I used to read that book. Oh man, I just love that book. And I don't know, just something was in me that I just love books. Just love to read, and I was so I guess I shouldn't say this, but I would be going to the store for my godmother or something, and I see a piece of paper on the ground, I pick it up and read it. All kinds of little, any little piece of paper, I would pick it up, I
Yeah.
would read. I just read everything, And I said, one of these days I'm gonna grow up, I'm gonna have me a novelty shop, I'm gonna have a place over here with just books where people could come, instead of
Yeah.
a club, they can come in and sit down, read books, have ice cream parlor over there. They can get drinks and ice cream and eat and stuff, So, and I was gonna have me a place, Heavenly Hash, you know. And I
Yeah.
just
Oh,
wanted to, have a bookstore that had all of these different things where people could come in and sit and read and be comfortable and so forth. That was all in my head and so forth. It hasn't never happened. But I don't know. I just love books, and I just couldn't wait to. I had my godfather to buy me a book satchel because you couldn't bring your books home in the first grade unless you had this big book satchel, to put your books in.
Right.
And I talked him into getting me this book satchel. And when I leave school, but I get halfway home from school, I would take the books out of the book satchel, put them under my arm so people can see I got books.
Right.
I got the satchel over here empty, but I got the books under my arm. So I don't know. I just love books. And then eventually, I said, I really wanted to do writing. I began to run like poetry. And I don't think I was kind of led, in your mind, there are certain things that guide you that sometimes you don't really
Right.
know. And they said, well, you can't make a living doing no writing and doing this stuff and so forth. And so I would just write, and I never let anybody know about it that much. And I really didn't start writing until actually until I got out of high school. Only writing I did was like essays for class or something.
Right.
But I started writing, but nobody knew it, and I was kind of kept it. And then eventually, now all of this happened back in Mississippi,
Oh,
the
Mississippi.
great state of Mississippi. And so when I went into the service, the military, and I had some situations over in Vietnam that I could never get out of my head. And working with after I came home, it took a while, but some years later, it kept bothering me. Kept getting those night
Mm.
sweats and all these thoughts about situations that was happening. And
what's happened?
I think we lost connection.
He'll be good. He'll
Oh,
be right back.
okay. Well, yeah, I think we lost his wife too a few minutes ago. Okay.
I'll be right back.
she went away. She'll be back. I know where she is.
Okay,
And
okay.
so anyway, my my counselor told me, he said, well, why don't you write a letter to that sergeant that that you had trouble with, you saw got messed up and so forth. And so I started writing that, and that's where my writing really just took off again, because I had stopped writing for years. And once I started back to writing, I had to write what I felt. And sometimes it was
Right.
Right.
too deep. You couldn't finish it. You write a little bit and you cry, you write some more, and then you
Right.
cry, you write. And finally, I wrote this this called A Letter to Sarge, and once I did that, and I knew the thing I had enough. My wife said, "You ought to, you got all these, excuse me, you got all these poems here, all this writing. You ought to share it with the world." I said, "Oh, maybe I can." And so, and I realized that, I did that, and I published my first book. Then I kept writing. I published my second book. And then a few years later, I published my third book. The first book is called Family Foundations, because I kept my father, all the things that he, what he imparted in me, the integrity that he stressed. And he was an amazing man for, when I think he got he was promoted to the 5th grade, was as far as he got. And I kept wanting that, and I would ask him, I would say something, he said, "Oh no, it's this and that." And I said, "Oh, he don't know what he's talking about. And now I look back, I said, "Oh man, he got to be pretty smart once I
Right.
learned things."
Yeah. Yeah,
And
man.
and he was a very devout Christian. He and my mother, and they took us to church and so forth. And I remember once I went back home some years later, and he had the Bible. He said, "Well, Roy," he said, "I may not get any smarter," he said, "but I'm being able to spell a little better." That's what he talks about, reading the Bible. So, but he said, integrity is everything. Your honesty, your word, and he instilled that in me. And he is with us, my biological father. But I spent a lot of time in my early years up till maybe the 1st grade with my godfather. And I remember one day we had so much groceries and things, and we got the spaghetti, and we didn't have a cart, and he just put it in his back pocket. And so after we checked out and everything, we walking home, and I said, "God, Daddy, you still got that spaghetti in your pocket?" He said, "Oh no." And he said, "Huh, go back and pay for this." I said, "Nobody saw you get it." I said, You got it now." He said, "No, I don't want to take anything from anybody. I'm not gonna do that." And so he gave me $1 to go back and pay for the spaghetti. And anyway, I wrote about it. I wrote about that in I think that might have been in my first book. Oh God, that is spaghetti and wieners.
Hey, man, I bet it was
Yeah.
good. You know what I'm saying? Because that is true.
Oh yeah. Yes, indeed. He cooked that for me. But
Hey,
anyway,
so yeah.
yeah.
So I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
So, sir, like, what was it? What was it like back in those days when you was younger, when you was a child, man? Like, what was it like back in Mississippi and all those places? That place that you was at.
Now that I look back on it, I'm looking at it from two perspectives. One was I was naive, I guess because I grew up in that situation. But I think I was still protected in a lot of
Hmm.
ways. Um, I knew the difference between black and white. And I knew that the white people didn't care much for the blacks, and blacks couldn't go here and there and so forth. But I lived on a plantation, and
Wow.
sometimes there would be little white kids and stuff, right? Our same ages and stuff. Working along with us, like the people who lived on the farm there. The boss had his son working there. Of course, he thought he was the boss too. And I remember the boss and I, the boss's son and I, we both thought we were the boss. We had a good tumble up there in that hayloft. But we fought, and we still hung out together. We played ball together and stuff. But I remember my there was a time where I lived in Mississippi was right on the Mississippi River, where they had the
Uh-huh.
levee to keep the
Okay.
water when the Mississippi River overflowed, right there, right before you go across the bridge into Arkansas. And every so often there would be, I see this big fire over there on the levee. And every time that fire would happen, they would turn all the lights out in the house, blow all the lamps out and stuff. And the black men on the turn road would be walking around outside with the guns and stuff. And I'm saying, what are they looking for? And realized that, that there was the Klan was having their meetings. And so they
Wow.
were walking around saying, just in case something happened. And I think I wrote something about that. I don't remember what the title I put on that. But, and I was saying, you never know, because the people who owned the plantation was part of the Klan too. So,
Wow.
good thing we didn't get hung. We had some situations, and we lived in them. We lived through them. And my
Did you?
father,
Wow. Did
yeah,
you see
man,
people getting hung back that at that time?
I did not actually see any hangings. I didn't see anyone. That's why I say somehow I think I was sheltered.
Mm.
Yeah, because see, a lot of times they didn't tell us anything, because we all of those kids would be there in the window looking out and stuff and trying to see what's going on. Of course, we can't see because it's dark out. And then I told you to put all the lights out in the house. We all up there. Everybody got their head up there in the window. And mother said, "Get out of that window and come on back over here. We trying to see what's going on outside." But
Oh
Right.
wow.
I just thank the Lord, man. We were the lucky ones. We were just lucky, you know. You might hear about
So
something that's
during
happened
that
over there.
process of writing,
Beg pardon?
oh, I was going to say during that process as you're, writing, had you ever thought of becoming published, like your stories? Did you think that it would be possible to publish any of your stories?
Well, I didn't think so at first, but I am glad that I was pushed to do so. As a matter of fact, the publication of my books is what led me to became the platform for me to tell other people, look, because the place where I was mentally, it was very low. I mean, I had a lot of, I couldn't concentrate, I couldn't hear, I couldn't read. I could read a couple of sentences and then had to read them like 5 or 6 times. I still couldn't understand. I was just, mine was foggy. And but once I started going through my counseling and so forth, um, I began to open up. And I remember I used to go to the my counseling sessions sometimes, in group sessions, and I just sit back in the corner, like I was didn't want anything to happen. I'm just looking around. It was like
Right.
you don't know what's going to happen. You're afraid, to
Mhm.
do anything,
Uh-huh.
and you just ready all the time. And that wore on me. Made sure all the doors were locked, and every time a sound go off, you're jumping. And a quick loud sound right now is still throw me off or whatever. And I still have like comprehensive situations sometimes. It's kind of slow, but I'm at the place now where I graduated as a valedictorian of my high school. I graduated from Mississippi Valley State, magna cum laude, and all through
Wow.
my life they kept calling me, "Oh, Roy is smart. He's this and he's that." And when I got to the place where I couldn't even add up my 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 checkbook. I couldn't read,
Yeah.
and I was lost. And and I said, I'm no good anymore. And then, and then I had to become somebody else, not a person who depended upon knowledge here, but I had to depend upon the heart that was in here. And that's when the writing started coming out, and I started writing about what was in my heart. And then I started speaking to people, and then, I'm telling them, look, sometimes life gonna give you lemons, but you got to find how to make lemonade out of it. And sometimes you don't know where it is. You don't know where you're going. But I believe that God has put in you what you need to do what he wants you to do. And see, now I can go, I don't tell people about being smart, but I tell them, get it up here, yes. But until it comes here, this up here is not going to help. You're gonna have to let it seep all the way down into this heart. Get your knowledge from here, from in here, right in here. So you got to want to do something. You got to think about who you are and find your purpose. And I think and that's what and I have no better feeling than to bring a smile to someone's face. And when someone, and I say something to do something for someone, when they smile and when they laugh, or even if they cry, and I know it's a cry of relief, a release, then that's joy for me. That's where my joy comes from now. And so that's where I think the reading and stuff helped me be able to write things. And then my writing is what led me to be able to talk to people and to inspire and to uplift and to tell them, look, don't ever
Is that much easier now than in the beginning? Speaking to others and hoping that they are inspired by your story.
Oh, yes. It gives you these butterflies because you wanna be there. You wanna say, oh man, if I can just reach one person, if I can just help somebody to be better, if I can just have somebody to kind of reach their goal or to start on their goal, and but the thing about it is sometimes you get so caught up in doing everything for everybody else, then you say, oh, I need somebody to help me now.
To help me.
Right. And then too, sometimes you're one of the I guess the symptoms of PTSD, you sort of back off. And I'm somewhat of an introvert. People don't believe it, but I'm an introvert. And I'll be out there for a while. As long as I'm helping people and doing stuff, I'm great. But then once that's over, I'm back into my shell like like a turtle or something. Go back into my house or something. And that's but I just wanted when I got into that movie with Robert Parham. Oh man, I said, man, I want to be. Maybe I can't be an actor now, But I need to start taking some classes and stuff to try to see what I can be. And then too, you get aged. Your body don't work like it used to, and you start doubting things, and then they say, who in the world gonna lift me up now?
Yeah, I totally understand.
But like they say, it's lonely at the top. Not that I'm there, but
yeah.
All right. So I got a question. Quick question.
Right.
How many years have you been writing poetry? Well, thank you. Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So, how many years have you been?
Himself.
Hey,
don't tell him that.
Thank you. But this is all about you, Bob. It's all about you, brother. It's all about you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's about us. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't even be here.
If it wasn't for God, we wouldn't even be here, man. So big ups to the Lord, man.
I got I'll accept that.
So
Uh,
we would we would like for
that's
you to
fine.
read some of your poems to
Oh,
give me Oscars. Give me my Oscar.
I wrote the "Give Me My Oscar." I wrote that by from a perspective of a person with PTSD. Uh,
Okay.
Everybody's going to have problems, but when you got PTSD, there's another layer on top of it that that causes you to have uh, to be an actor,
Mm.
and and then being a former military person, being it's different being military and civilian. And
Yeah.
so once you to come back into civilian life, it took a long time to adjust. And I wrote this from that perspective and how to deal with these certain things. So, but I'll give you a sense of give me an Oscar.
Give me an Oscar. See, I almost got it wrong, but give me an Oscar.
No, give me my Oscar. That's
Give
what
me
I'm
my
saying.
Oscar. Yeah, give me
My
my darn
Oscar.
Oscar, darn it. I want
My
my Oscar
Oscar.
now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like that
Mm.
commercial. It's my Oscar and I want it now.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you damn right. You know what I mean?
Give me my Oscar. They pass by my house at night and see the light in my window, but they don't know my pain and my plight. That it's a candle burning behind the window sill, burning behind the window shade, sitting on the window sill, because the money that I just made was not enough to pay my electric bill. So give me my Oscar and my Tony Award and my Grammy because I paid my dues. Oh, sure, I smile sometimes, but my heart is crushed and my soul is singing the blues. So don't you see? There's no better actor than me. So give me my Oscar and my Tony and my Grammy too. Now she was my everything, my sole reason to live. And everything that I had to her, I was willing to give. I gave her my heart, my love, my soul. She took them and crushed them, and lo and behold, while attempting to cover up my heartbreak's demise, I lost control of my emotions when I laughed until I cried. So give me my Oscar and my Tony Award and my Grammy because I paid my dues. Sure, I smile sometimes, but my heart is crushed and my soul is singing the blues. Now, don't you see, there's no better actor than me. So give me my Oscar and my Tony and my Grammy too. And I high five the mail carrier every day that he comes by. He high fives me back, but he gives off a sigh because he knows I'm always standing there waiting by the mailbox. There's no soul in my shoes, so I'm literally standing there in my socks. But he chats with me for a short while because he knows my agonies continue to prevail, and that the only thing that he is delivering is overdue bills and junk mail. So give me my Oscar and my Tony Award and my Grammy because I paid my
So, bro,
dues.
close the door. Close the door.
So I smile sometimes, but my heart is crushed and my soul is singing the blues. But can't you see there's no better actor than me? So give me my Oscar and my Tony and my Grammy too. See, this PTSD won't let me live a normal life, nor be a normal friend. So I crawl into my foxhole that's in my bedroom or in my den to live out there until my end, with nothing to give, no reason to live, nothing to lose, nothing to win. So give me my Oscar and my Tony and my Grammy because I've paid my dues. Okay, so I smile every once in a while, but my heart is crushed and my soul is singing the blues. Now tell me, can't you see there's no better actor than me? So give me my Oscar and my Tony and my Grammy too. The one thing that I ask while employing this task of living is that you will be giving me my Oscar and my Tony and my Grammy too. Thank you.
Wow. Shit, I'm clapping that guy, man. I love it.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
That was
Thank
awesome. About to make me cry. Yeah.
you.
Shit. Whew. Lord have mercy.
So
Yeah.
I
aside
want
from
to.
that,
But hold up. But hold up. I
sometimes
want
when
to
we're
Oscar you
down,
now.
we can't stop. We have to keep moving.
Mm. Yes.
Did you? Oh, yes.
See, that's the thing. Um, Sometimes it's you get into that. I'm gonna just call it that funk and
Yeah.
that rut, and you don't you have all of these things going on in your head, in your mind, and what you need to do and what you have to do and what you know you got to do, and yet your body never do them. It's mental, and it drags you down. It becomes a burden, and it's heavy, and you say, "Oh man, only if somebody would just come and just take all of this stronghold and just wrap it all up in a ball and just throw it away." And that was the hardest thing for me to accept concerning PTSD, because I kept telling my counselor, I said, "Look, tell me what it is, tell me what's wrong, so I can fix it and get it out of the way." And it brought me to the point where I had to be like Paul. "Lord, take this thorn out of my side. Lord, take this thorn out of my side. Lord, take this thorn out of my side." Now he can do it, but he didn't. Say, "My grace is sufficient." Sometimes you just have to go on that grace. And sometimes, I hate to say it, but sometimes I just say, "Well, I'm just giving up. I'm not going to do anything. I can't." And that becomes a burden.
Right.
Right.
And you say, "No, I can't stop, but I can't go. I'm here in this cycle of disturbance. What do I do?" So, but I kind of lost my train of thought where I was going with that. But
We're
sometimes
just
it just
helping
gets
us
heavy.
get through the dark spots,
Oh yeah,
just
yeah,
continuing to push through.
right, yeah, pushing through. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we all need each other. And until a couple of days ago, somebody said that somebody want to interview you. Who, me? Uh, okay, okay. That means I got to do something. That means I got to get ready. That means and that became an inspiration for me to get back in here. So I'm thanking God for you to for that inspiration. So He knows what you need, and He knows what you need, and He knows when you need it.
Right.
And He sent you guys, and I want to thank you. And I just want to say, I pray that you guys be safe. Have a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving holiday season. Be careful and throughout. And be successful in all your endeavors, whatever you do and wherever you go. Just continue to lift people up. And by you lifting me up, Oh man, shoot, I'm ready to go now. Maybe I can go lift somebody else.
Hey, man.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Amen.
Well, where can
God,
we find your books?
Well, you can find me on Amazon. Uh, if you're looking for ebooks, hardback or soft cover, whatever, they're all out there on ebooks. It's on Poetry by Simon.
George by
Excuse
Simon.
me.
Okay.
I write under the name of Simon. Let me see if I can show it.
your stage name, basically, right?
Poetry by Simon.
Okay.
Volumes 1, 2, and 3. This is volume 3. This one is dedicated to my wife, Audrey. God's blessing, my Jamaican gem. And she was
I have a question.
my blessing.
He has a
The
question.
I
blessing
Oh,
that
look at
came
those
along.
hands.
have a question. I have a
Yeah.
question.
Yes, sir.
So tell us about the whammy. When I read that, I'm like, wow, that is what
Oh
we say
man.
in our young day. That's what us youngins speak like that. The
Yeah,
whammy.
man. The youngins don't know that boy. They don't know what a whammy is. Well, as a matter of fact, this I did write this to her specifically for her. I don't know. She may have a copy of it somewhere around here. Called Audrey's Whammy. Do everybody know what a whammy is? Well,
He's
I want to
probably
know.
thinking another whammy. I don't know.
hey,
I want to know. See, I want to know all of it. Yeah, I
Yeah, we
mean,
want to know what's your definition of a whammy.
I'm not gonna give you a definition of a whammy. I'm gonna let you kill. I'm gonna let you come up with your own definition of a
Okay.
whammy.
hmm.
But
You go first, Nikki. I ain't even gonna say it. You
No,
go
he's
first.
all
he's
right.
gonna read
Oh,
it.
okay. Oh, okay, okay.
Audrey's Whammy. And I'm talking to her. You put the
Ooh.
whammy on me. I was inclined to meet you without any reservations. Now I want to run to you without any hesitation, since you put the whammy on me. You put the whammy on me. The aura of your presence penetrated into my pores, and I find myself daily singing, "Darling, make me yours," since you put the whammy on me. You put the whammy on me. The first time I looked into your beautiful brown eyes, I knew that I was hooked. I knew I was hypnotized because you put the whammy on me. You put the whammy on me. The taste of your sweetness from your hot, passionate kiss zapped my soul of all its strength, leaving me none to resist because you put the whammy on me. You took control of my mind with your innocent and quiet charms. You quietly swept me off my feet and landed me softly in your arms when you put the whammy on me. You put the whammy on me. My thoughts of you are in my mind every night and every day. How cursed, deflated, and dejected I would be if you ever went away since you put the whammy on me. You put the whammy on me. You have captured the heart of this old, overweight man, and you changed my life's outlook. You made me want to live again ever since you put the whammy on me.
That was
Oh
nice.
man, that was beautiful.
Yes.
Hey, now we know what the whammy is, and
Well, your whammy can be a few things, can be a lot of things
tell me
to a
about
lot
it.
of people. So you never know.
I feel you, man. I feel you. You know, and I just want to say something, man.
Okay.
I feel inspired. You inspired me to keep going. You inspired me to
Yeah.
keep pushing. You inspired me to go through the brick walls that's in front of me, man. And
Hmm.
I thank you for just inspiring me as a
Uh-oh. I think he
He just
thinks
got a
you're
call.
lying. No.
Ha 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 ha.
I gotcha. Oh, there you go.
Mm,
But nah, man. I just want to thank you for, just
mm.
just letting us have you here.
Oh
You know,
man, the pleasure is all mine. You know, uh, I've always wondered. You know, to me, I have to see things in my mind when they tell me something. You know, and I was working for AT&T, and I was asked a lot of questions. And this one manager said, "Roy is kind of thick, isn't he?" I said, "What you mean by that?" You know, he asks all these questions like he don't understand. No, I don't understand because I'm looking at it from a certain perspective. He's looking at it only from just what bottom line, and but anyway, I just thought I'd say that because sometimes you just have to, you know, think about things. For me, they are just iron sharpens iron. What does that mean? Iron sharpens iron. I don't understand what it means. Just iron sharpens iron. Well, you take a file, you sharpen your hole that you chop cotton with. It's a piece of iron against a piece of iron. You take that and sharpen your saw, cut the wood. And I'm saying that's what iron means. Iron sharpens iron. That means that you inspired me. And in turn, if I don't inspire you to do something, then what good am I?
understand. I
So
understand.
so that means that everybody needs a shoulder. I used to always say, look, let's stand shoulder to shoulder, and that way nobody can fall. If I lean this way, I'm against your shoulder. If I lean this way, I'm against somebody else's shoulder. And if you lean this way, my shoulder holds you up, and so forth. And that's the way we need to. That's the way I would like for us to look at our lives and our communities and our nation. Excuse me, but that's my thoughts, and that's what I try to inspire in people to just be you. Just be the best you that you can be an inspiration or an encouragement to someone. So I went off on that tangent because
Uh,
Nope.
because
okay.
uh, because if we inspire each other, and that's the way life's supposed to be. No man is an island entire of itself. We all a part of the main. John Donne. That's what when he said that he said a mouthful there. So that's us. That's who we should be. That's who I would like to see. Oh man, boy, if this world was like that, and everybody was smiling and being nice to each other and trying to help the other person and so forth. And that's where I get my inspirations now. Is I volunteer with the VFW, Veterans of Foreign Wars, to help other veterans. I volunteer with the DAV, which is Disabled American Veteran, which I am one. Volunteer at the food pantry. They give out food and clothes and whatever people could need, to try to help people and so forth. And, in my DAV meeting, I hear people talk about all these, I don't want to get into politics, but all these immigrants. Don't you know you're an immigrant too? You don't realize that you're an immigrant too? You know, all these people, the one for them and the one for that, And I know they don't, they look at me differently. And because I spoke up and they were talking about when Kaepernick was kneeling in the group, come on, well, uh, we're gonna boycott the game and so forth because of the guy kneeling. I stood up and told him, look, man ain't kneeling because of that flag. If you really read what they're talking about in that flag, You know, you probably even know what the third stanza of the flag say. And then too, I went on and explained to him about injustice and stuff. Now this happened in the meeting, and at the end of the meeting, we walking around and shaking hands and stuff, and somebody came up to me and said, "Man, how you do that? I I don't know nobody can put together that kind of sentence and make that kind of speech." And I'm looking at him. Who in the heck he think he talking to? It like it's a crying shame that I can talk. But I don't. But anyway, if we all just looked at each other, cause no, we don't ever know what another person is going through. That's why you have to be careful, be mindful, especially of other people. You don't know this person over there could be going through anything, and he might turn around and be one of those people who shoot up the school. You know, road rage. But you have to live your life the best you can. Keep on doing what you're doing, Mr. Swag, and praying to the man, praying to the praying to the great swag up there, and
No way.
that way you keep us all
No.
keep us all grounded and keep us all safe and anchored in him, so that's what we have to do. That's the way I look at life myself. So, man, you don't know this is my heart is so full right now. I might not want to even eat until Thanksgiving get here. Yeah, I'm gonna go about 2 or 3 days. I'm just talking because I'm going up there to eat as soon as I finish. Because my wife can throw down, boy. She tell me, say you need to lose some weight. Then she go cook this good pot of food. And well, what you expect?
That's true love, man. That's true love,
Yeah,
man.
indeed.
Yeah.
Oh
True
man.
love, man. So, man, what is it like being, what was life like back then in like the 50s and 60s and 70s, man?
It was so strange because I was born, they tell me, just after midnight on Sunday. So that made it Saturday, I think it was Saturday. And was in the I guess we're in the city part of the state. Excuse me. And my father had to move out into what we call the country, which is a plantation, so he can find work. And I stayed with my godparents uh, until I was about 7. Of course, I would go visit them on holidays and so forth. And man, I remember when I was visiting my older brother. I'm the second oldest, and then there's 11 of us, so it's quite a few that came along after me.
Mr. Robert Parham said an excellent an author and actor.
An actor.
Oh, hey, what's going on? That's my director there, my producer. Yeah. Uh,
My
hey,
mentor.
I need to have I need to have him to give me see if he can give me a few lines in another movie. But this is I was my godparents. They were much older than my parents, but anyway, they gave me anything I needed, anything I wanted, things I didn't need. But I remember I was out visiting my parents, and I was talking to my older brother. We were looking through this I don't know, Sears catalogs, and we were talking about what we were going to get for Christmas, and we ended up both of us saying we were going to get these black and white handle pistols, so we can play cowboys and Indian. Of course, I was going to be the Indian. Because because I always said, no, man, I got to watch this again because the Indians got to win sooner or later. But anyway, when I went, so when I got back home, and I told my godfather what I wanted and so forth, and we had these little paper cap pistols and so forth, and I was just happy, bro. So we was going out there Christmas, and I was going to, oh boy, we was gonna have us a good time playing cowboys and Indians. Of course, it's gonna be cowboys and cowboys, but westerns. So I got out there and got out there, put my guns on, had my holster and everything, and I went up to Junior and I said, Junior, go get your guns so we can play. And he looked at me. I said, go get your guns, man. He said, what gun? I said, we supposed to be playing cowboys and Indians. We don't go get your gun. He said, I ain't got no guns. I said, you forgot? I didn't realize that my parents were not able financially to get him, to buy him for him. And I felt so bad. I felt so ashamed. I felt so hurt, man. So when we left, I accidentally, on purpose, left my guns there so he could play with them, so he could have them. And there was nothing else I could do. I thought that was going to ease my pain, ease my hurt, And and that bothers me today, to think about how I didn't see that, the difference in the financial way people are. And come to find out, some of the best things I got for Christmas was not toys and things that from the stores. My mother made me a quilt. Boy, I'm telling you, that thing kept me warm. That was a good heavy quilt. I think I got that quilt around here now somewhere. Yeah. If I go out somewhere, I can pull out that big heavy quilt my mother stitched for me way back when. Yes, indeed.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh.
So life is
My phone,
a journey. Is a journey. Is a journey.
my screen is frozen.
Your screen is frozen. You seem to be moving from me.
My
Maybe.
screen's frozen. Yeah. No.
We can hear you.
The last thing I heard was quilt.
Oh yeah, I was just saying that I can go get my
Okay.
heavy quilt from her that she quilted way back when. But anyway, the way I look at the only thing that I can think of to kind of keep my mind somewhat stable or steady is that when you look at life, it's going to be hills, going to be valleys. It's not going to be a straight line. Because if you ever see a straight line, that means what? You're dead. You don't want a flat line. So even though sometimes it doesn't feel good, but the valley, when you're in the valley, that's where all the rich soil is. Even though you feel like you're feeling bad or you're in a bad mood or something, that's where you can get all your learning because all the stuff on the top flows down into the valley. And that's where you get all that rich soil and emotions and things to kind of get you. Once you get that situated, that's what grows. That's where the stuff grows in the valley. So when we get in the valley, we got to realize that this is all right. I'll be out of here soon. This is just another stopping station, another filling station to get more fuel to go to the next destination, next stop off. Love you guys, man. I don't know where Swagger Memphis over there. He's thinking so hard, man. Oh my God, man. I don't know what you thinking about.
You got me wanting to run through a brick wall right now.
I hear you, man. Hey, you can do it, man.
I'm happy right now, man. I'm happy to have you on here, man. It's been a blessing.
The blessing is all mine. Well, I won't say all mine, but we all being blessed then. if that's the
It's been a,
situation.
hey man, it's been a blessing here because we had a prominent person that had a gracious life, man, had a beautiful life that just went through so much and
Hmm.
came through so much and overcame so much, man. And I'm happy, you know.
Yep, there's been there's been a lot of divine things that happened. That just I said, how in the world did that happen? Where did that come from? Oh my gosh! Thank you, Lord.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, so many things. Why didn't when you go through things? Sometimes I remember when I came out of service, I used to just drink, and I don't know if it was just to drown things out or whatever. But I woke up one morning and the car was 1 foot away from the house. How did I get there? I don't know today. When did I get here? I don't know today. 1 foot. Don't know. Thank you, Lord. He kept me here
Thank
for a reason. He kept me here so I can talk to this great, wonderful individual called Swag and Nikki.
I want
Meet
to
you
thank you,
wonderful
man.
people. That's why that's why he kept me here. And now you guys were the one that lifted my spirit, because once I heard that I had an interview with you, I thought, oh, I better do something, because I was out of it. Thank you.
Well, God put it in us to bring great content to you, to bring you on the show, and to show you that we want to serve you. We want to bring you on, and we want you to share your story and share your
Yeah,
poem and share everything that you have to offer to the people, because the people need this. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yes,
Doesn't
yeah,
matter what people say in this world.
mhm,
We all need love. We all need a blessing. We all need
yes,
something that help us to get over those hard times,
right,
because
exactly,
there's a lot of people in this world that don't have what we have, that don't
right,
have love, that don't
mm,
have all those things.
yeah,
And there's a lot of people that's without, and we're here blessed.
yep. We're wonderfully blessed, man. Wonderfully blessed.
That's why I'm
Okay,
grateful and I'm thankful for everything.
yeah, yes, yeah. We got to learn to be grateful and appreciative
Yes,
of
sir.
things.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And not just the big humongous thing, but other small things that we just take for granted so many times. Every day we take so many things for granted. Just don't realize how blessed we are sometimes. Like my mom used to say, well, look around. You feeling bad? Just look around. Yeah.
It could be worse.
Yep.
Yeah.
Amen.
But do you have anything else to say to the people?
Oh, I didn't know. I don't know. I didn't know whether you had given me more time or not.
Hey,
I'm just
anytime
waiting.
you want, hey.
I'm just waiting for you to tell me, okay, bye bye. Hey,
Yeah, nah, we just here, give you as much
Yeah.
time as you need.
It's been an absolute pleasure listening to you and your stories, sir.
you know what? If I may, I don't know. This might take 2 minutes, maybe take three. This is something I wrote to my dearest and beloved wife,
Go ahead, do
written
your
to
thing.
written to my God's gift from above, Audrey, for Mother's Day. My first thought was to write you a gushing, hot, passionate letter of love. I was to pinpoint, pick out, project, and parlay your obvious traits and, shall I say, your beautiful, gorgeous, sexy, and voluptuous attitudes. Oh, yes. I was to opine the sublime with rhyme and rhythm and rhyme, and to lay it on thick with passion and persuasion, to make you gush, to make you blush, to make you hot, but still don't stop until you sweat. But yet, as I began to pen this letter, my spirit did me one worse. I mean better. As I was pondering, my mind was wondering, and my heart began to burn. It came from deep inside of me, jumped on my back and began to ride me, which is inside was a menial task until I realized what my spirit had asked. It said, Roy, my son, my boy, as a husband, a man, a lover, what have you learned? So there lay my heart, prone, wide open and free, waiting on the timeless one, waiting for him to reach me, begging that his almighty wisdom that he has housed since the eves of time would teach me. And he said to me, this is my daughter, so treat her right. There's much more beyond a passionate night. There's only the start of another day on the journey of love. Oh, by the way, love is not a destination pursued by one, but it's a forever journey that's never done. So as your passionate night lays you out to rest, make sure that your heart knows that this is not a conquest, but a sharing of two souls that belong to me. And I designed this meeting way back in eternity. And as your two souls melt and dissolve into one, give thanks to me, her heavenly Father, my son. So every day that he gives me life and allows me to open my eyes, I thank him for you, my wonderful wife. Don't you think that's wise? So on my knees, I praise and thank him for remembering and blessing his son, Roy. And I look forward to, if my heart can stand it, a little more of your love and a little more of your joy. Happy Mother's Day, my dear. My dearest and beloved wife.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Swag is a little emotional over there.
Hey. You know, I mean, I'm a little emotional right
Get it
now. You know what
together.
I'm saying?
Get it together.
Swag, you all right with me, man. You all right
Hey,
with me.
man, you know,
I don't care what nobody say, Swag. You all right with me.
but
That's all
thank
right
you,
by me.
man. You know, thank
Yeah.
you, because thank you. You know, what I
Yeah,
mean, I'm a
he's
little
getting it
choked up over
together. He's getting it together.
All right. That's
here.
right.
I'm happy, man. I'm just happy. I just go on ahead, do your thing, man. Have me, make me want to cry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's real love right there, man.
Hey,
That's
man. I know the feeling. I know the time. Sometimes my heart just kind of like just bursts, and you can't stop it. And when that happens, man, you just have to let it happen. Just let it happen. What they tell you in church, don't quench the spirit. Don't quench the spirit.
right.
Don't quench it, man. Let it happen. So I remember I went through, I don't know how long it was. It must have been about 6, 7 months, man. I just cried day and night, day and night. I couldn't figure out, Lord, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? I be sitting in church, man, the tears just rolling, just rolling. I wasn't comprehending anything. I was hearing it was going in, but I didn't hear it. I was feeling it. And it was just, I guess what they call a crying jag or something like that. But I don't know, man. I was going through those situations. And sure, I was trying to drink to get rid of it. Alcohol wouldn't stop it. Smoking couldn't stop it. A lot of prayer, a lot of counseling. Yep. Sometimes you just have to go through, man. But see, that's the word, through. It's like when you're on the train and you hit the tunnel. You say, oh man, it's so dark up in here. What's going on? Wait. But sooner or later you're going through. You get through that tunnel. You come out on the other side. Other side, there's a big bright light. The whole big day open up and so forth. Came through the tunnel. Now I can keep on chugging. On my way.
You need some tissue.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
He's all right. He's all
You
I'm
right.
need some
good.
He's
tissue.
all right with me. Yeah.
I'm good, man. You got it, man. You got it. You got it.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah. Thank you, Lord, boy. I'm telling you, man. You sometimes you just have to. You just have to. Used to be a thing in the comic. It was called Grin and Bear It, a comic strip. And sometimes we have to do that. Grin and bear it and keep going.
Awesome. You
And
know,
you can do it.
I'm actually
Go
I'm
ahead.
actually a comic artist. I'm a comic artist. And I'm a comic writer. So I
Oh
understand.
my gosh, man! I'm telling you, hey, and we're gonna have to keep in touch. You gonna have to. I'm gonna have to find a way to keep in touch with you. Where are you? Where are you located?
I'm in
What
New
part of the
Jersey.
country? Are you really? Where?
Yeah, Camden, New Jersey.
Where? Camden.
Camden. Yeah.
Oh man, shoot, you ain't that far from me. Shoot, I'm in Piscataway.
Oh man, that's a couple hours.
Yeah. Well,
Awesome.
that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well,
I'll give it to Miss Yolanda. She'll
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
give my number to
Yeah.
Miss Yolanda so you so we can talk.
And where are you located? Is it
Oh,
Nikki?
I'm in California.
Oh, I think he told me that. Yeah, you way on the other coast over there. So this is coast to coast information here that I'm getting. Coast to coast
Yeah, man.
inspiration from you guys. Oh shoot, I feel great. Hey,
Yeah.
make me feel like I'm somebody.
You
Hey,
Yes,
just
you
as Jackson
are.
told me to say it, I'm gonna say I am somebody.
yeah.
Yes, you are. So, you know, is there? Because I know you want to go down and eat. You know what I'm saying? We want to take you out with the. We want to get you out of here with the good intro out of here to make you
Oh,
feel
okay.
good.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for watching. It's been It's been the 84th episode of the In Your Face Show with my main man, Mr. Roy Lee Jarmon.
Thank you.
And we out of here.
AKA
Peace.
Simon, your poetry man.
AKA Simon, your poetry man, the actor of all actors, and Miss Nikki Bell. Bang. Peace.
Nice meeting